Hey, Nick. Did you hear the women won the World Cup today? USA! 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 I don't really want to drink any of these. These are terrible beers. Yeah, no, we actually watched Team USA kill it today. Woo! So now you know when we're filming this, and congrats to the women's team. Y'all kicked some fucking ass. Congrats. Joe, what are you drinking? I'm drinking a nice pint of mimosa. Wow. I'm drinking dark berry Dr. Pepper in a special branded Spider-Man Far From Home with Mysterio on the side. Because this episode is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. No, it is not. Shh. But they can contact us, and they can sponsor us if they'd like to. So, yeah, we're talking about Spider-Man Far From Home today. Episode 20. Also, this episode marks 2 years of Drunk Nerd Sober Nerd bringing you mediocre reviews. Below mediocre. Cheers. Mazel tov. And as always, every single spoiler. All the spoilers, Joe. All of them. We're gonna do Papertoy monsters. But there are 50 different monsters by 25 of the hottest paper toy designers in the world. Wow. Let's time this mess. We've got tape, we've got glue, we've got things that go in my shoe. Who knew? Joe, I would like to be a part of the paper toy craze. Like, this is almost like an infomercial. You know, Nick, if there's anything I know about you is you love paper toy crazes. I do. Also, thanks to Mama Drunk Nerd. She's the one that bought us this book. So this task is not on theme. Well, my drink is. Well, you know how it could kind of be on theme? Like, these are illusions, right? These are illusion monsters. That point is Far From Home. Hey, jokes! We got them. I'm gonna do Zwart. Yeah. Oh, you got the shadow creeping on the kid. Oh, yeah. I think I want to do this Pharaoh guy. This looks fun. Do it. Looks complicated. It looks like something I can fail at. As always, my first question, what do you think about Spider-Man Far From Home? I would like to say, since we've been doing this 2 years, we have been doing this 2 years. Screw you, Joe Tobel, for making me so analytical and expecting more from movies. I'm done. This movie should have been just a shut your brain off, watch all the action, kind of just enjoy it and let it go. I agree with you. But I immediately started going, why? No, that's not how that would work. No, that's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. That's my opening thought, and we'll get into it more. What do you think about the graphics? For the most part, visually stunning. I mean, yeah, there's still a couple things where he's swinging by and you're like, sure, but everything else, real world, hydrodynamics, gorgeous. There's a scene in the middle of the film where Mysterio was really f***ing with Peter Parker. That really mind-f*** scene. It was like a fever dream kind of thing. Yeah. That scene is awesome and gorgeous and brilliant. That being said, just things about like, it literally took Peter 15 seconds to hand over control of a multi-billion-dollar satellite. Sure. My question is, why does he have the ability to do that? Keep going. And on the other end of that, when that did happen, why didn't Quentin immediately lock him out of being able to take control over again? But you're right. So as Beck is has this whole divisive plan to take Edith from Peter. Mm-hmm. First of all, I love that Edith stood for Even Dead, I'm the Hero. That was which amazing. Was awesome. His whole divisive plan doesn't really work because it doesn't focus on Peter. He's like, I was in Mexico and then Morocco, and like if you're trying to get Edith from Peter, where does it focus on Peter? Yeah. It doesn't ever. And never. If you're orchestrating this massive, complicated plot, why not orchestrate it around at least Peter? Start in New York City, where it's something he can be involved in from the get and want to be involved in. And I actually have a fun game show I want to play right now. Ready? Cue some game show. Game show. This game show is called Why Did Fury Not Call? Question 1. Why did Nick Fury not call Dr. Bruce Banner? Question 2. Why did Nick Fury not call Dr. Hank Pym? I see where you're going with this. I don't have answers for you. Question 3. Why did Nick Fury not call Shuri or anyone in Wakanda? This goes back to literally the joke you just made because it's not Nick Fury. But it's frustrating because that doesn't make any freaking sense. Right. When I waited around an extra 10 minutes and saw the second stinger, I feel like the entire movie was cheapened I don't know how exactly, but it just felt cheapened.
The second stinger Robbie's talking about, since we spoil everything, is when you find out throughout the entire movie that Maria Hill and Fury have just been two Skrulls the whole time. Fine, that's kind of a funny joke. That's why they were kind of idiots. The problem, for me, my bigger problem with it is it's like, if they start using this all the time, it's going to be a shell game of who is who. It's going to turn into Mission Impossible if everyone just like takes off a mask and they're really somebody else.
I don't like that.
This opens up just a flipping dark well of just turning your movies into trash. And it's the same reason that where I was originally being like, oh, I hope they do the Marvel Multiverse. Now I'm like, I hope they don't do the Marvel Multiverse. Because it'll just make like, oh, someone died. Can't come out of the multiverse. Like,
yoink. We were about to talk about...
Yeah.
Although short-lived, Ned got a girlfriend.
He did get a girlfriend. Who was very recently in Black Mirror.
That's where I knew her from.
Yeah.
Guy, I was like, why do I know this girl? It was bothering me the entire movie.
And she was fine, but I really missed Ned. As the proper, let's say, like, comic humor, I didn't feel like he was there. Like, yeah, he was jokes, but he wasn't the right jokes. He was like, well, you know, Peter, once you become a man and you, like, develop a relationship, it's like, I feel like that's not what Ned is for.
Yeah.
Ned is to be more like, again, like in Infinity War, like, I need a distraction. Like, we're all gonna die. Like, it was different jokes, and for me, it wasn't the right jokes.
As we've mentioned, this was the last movie in Phase 3.
Correct. A lot of people think this was the beginning of Phase 4. That is not correct. This was the end of Phase 3.
And because of that, I feel like this was a bit of a fizzle.
Well, story arcs go. The end of an arc is always what's called the denouement.
Denouement.
Or also more casually called the resolution. In a proper story arc, it's after the climax, after, all the big stuff happens, and then it's just where the characters kind of settle.
Didn't really feel like that.
I think it did because it was nothing.
As a standalone movie, it would have been fine, but to me, it just felt like a fizzle. Sometimes, Joe, even in the Marvel Universe, things are poorly written. Marvel really needs to contact us so we can pick these things apart before they get made.
I think the problem with this movie is I think even they didn't care. I think they were like, this is just going to be our summer filler, who cares movie.
Well, that's rude.
I agree.
And very un-Marvel-like. You're chipping on your own legacy.
So first of all, I want everyone to see my beautiful mummy. Look at that. Look at this. Look. One down!
I don't know why you're yelling, but...
Yay! Once you find out the way Beck's technology works, like, right, he's got all these drones everywhere that are flying, they're projecting all of this crap, and yada yada. If you rewind the film and you look back at some of the stuff that he's done, it doesn't really necessarily work. When Peter gets to Berlin and Fury picks him up, but it's not Fury picking him up, right? It's Beck. How is he projecting that into a car with his voice? See? It just doesn't make any sense.
The car itself was also projected, and he was riding. They were each riding on drones.
He was in a skateboard.
Comic book answer.
Yeah.
If you just turn your brain off, it's a great movie.
Yeah, if you're just like, oh my god, Peter's going through some nonsense.
2 years ago, I would rate this higher than I'm going to later on.
Yeah, I ruined everything.
Thanks, Joe.
Alright, well, yeah.
It's not very impressive. That was not worth my time. Joe, I've got a bone to pick with you.
Tell me, Nicholas.
Why did you not remind me to restart the timer?
Because I'm drunk, Nick.
How is anyone supposed to know that we've been working with these stupid paper things for a good hour or so?
Yeah, it's been about an hour.
I'm kidding. It's dead. Doesn't matter. No one cares. If you don't care, I don't care.
We've got PIM particles.
No one's buying it, Joe.
PIM particles.
So, in the first stinger, why spoil Peter's identity?
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing with that.
Because again, he wanted to do good on some level.
I'll be honest, so like, I actually had a thing where I'm like, I felt like the first stinger should have been a part of the film. Like, it didn't feel like a stinger.
It was pretty major. It should have been the denouement.
In another 2 years, there's going to be a whole nother iteration of this this YouTube series that's going to be called, it's also going to be Drunken Nerd, Sober Nerd. But rather than me telling Nick why things are wrong, it's going to be a sober Nick telling another drunk guy why things are wrong. It's going to be just an entirely flipped show. Anyway.
After you descend to a higher drunken plane.
After I get to Drunken Nirvana.
I love that album. Why spoil his identity? He even said, I hate to kill you, but I have to because you know my secret. Once he was defeated, why make being a good guy harder for him?
Yeah, I'll be honest, it doesn't really make any sense.
What's his motivation?
Damn it.
You've already left.
I will leave as many times as this joke demands.
Not gonna be up at 7.
Well, you can't see it, but it's not very good. But it's done. Bad boy.
Bad boy. Ow. Give me a Twizzler. Okay. I'm called a draw. These are dumb. Joe,
Wrap-ups.
I give this movie 12 faulty projectors out of 39 paper sculptures.
Yeah, no, I agree with Wimpy. Yeah. I disagree with that. I think this movie was 6 Twizzlers out of an extra large bag of popcorn.
That makes a little bit more sense.
On a normal actual scale, I rate this movie, I don't know, it's somewhere in like a 6.5 out of 10. It's just a movie.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be kind of thrilled about it. You're not going to be disappointed about it.
Story was just nothing, and there were too many plot holes. I don't want to say plot holes, plot issues.
Yeah, I mean, it was a movie.
It was a movie. I guess that's it.
Like, comment, subscribe.
And be sure to ding the bell so you're notified every single time we post content. And if you'd like to donate to us, check out our coffee link below.
Or don't. See if I fucking care.
Yeah, we still have Twizzlers.